Hey trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Expect fireworks. Expect mouth-watering performances at this weekend's Tyson Invitational. And I'm going to tell you who to look out for, as you guessed it, from a Jamaican perspective. And boy, when I tell you, this one is going to be hot. This one is going to be special. And yeah, you can expect TXT Track Time to be ready to report on the results. Now, before we get to that, let me give you the preview. The women's 60-meter dash. Guess who is stepping out over her individual event? The one that she is the defending champion in for 2024. Yeah, the winner of the indoor 60-meter title. Yeah, man, she has stepped out. She ready to remind the world why she named what she named. She ready to remind the world why in her first full season running for her LSU team, she clocked one of the fastest times ever recorded from a collegiate perspective, 7.03 seconds. The one and only track is Brianna Liston. Yeah, man, she's stepping out this weekend and she steps out over the 60-meter distance. And of course, I am excited. I am thrilled. You all know I have concerns when it comes to her running indoors around that corner. When it comes to the 60s, I'm fine, right? But when it comes to, anything more than 200, I start to go, please, Lord, make everything be fine. But yeah, she steps out over the 60 and I am absolutely excited to see what will come. Now it's her first race, so let me rein myself in a little bit and talk about who she'll be up against potentially and how this performance will fare for her, or the type of odds that she's up against in this kind of race. Now, as I said, it's her first individual race this season. She competed for LSU last week over the 4x4. I talked about that 4x4 where, she just looked like she was just there to be there. You know what I mean? Wasn't really putting in much effort in my personal opinion. So this is the first time that she will be putting in effort. And boy, when I tell you, right off the bat, she is going to be up against some really, really tough odds. Why? Guess what? The collegiate leader also lines up in this race from TCU, an athlete by the name of India Mayberry. Now, she has already scorched the track representing her college, TCU. Now, she has already clocked a 7.11 seconds. Now, for those that, are very specific and down to the T, she did this at altitude, right? And if you do the conversion, it gives you a 7.13 seconds. That's said, girl has already been burning up the place. So she's already run a 7.11 seconds. And this is the type of athlete that Brianna Liston, providing she makes it to the finals, will be up against. So for her first race coming out, she will be up against the best athlete so far collegiately in the women's 60 meters. But she's not the only one in the lineup. We also have her teammate as well from LSU, Tina God Bless. So she'll also be in the lineup, and Tina God Bless so far this season has clocked a 7.16 seconds. That's converted for altitude. Now the actual time that she ran was at 7.14 seconds, right? So Tina God Bless has been on fire as well for LSU. So their number one girl now for LSU is stepping out and she's about to take some stripes, right? Interestingly, she's an Adidas girl, stripes. But anyway, right now, again, those are not the only people that are in the race, because guess what? She will be facing off against an old rival. Yeah, man, from high school days. Tina Clayton. I can't forget that epic 100-meter race in class 1, head-to-head. Tina Clayton, Brianna Liston, Tina Clayton walking away with the win. That was one of the greatest races I think I've watched. I mean, from a time performance, I suppose it didn't live up to expectation based on time. But the rivalry, oh my gosh, it was what everybody thought it was going to be, and it lived up to expectation down to the wire. At one point, you thought, thought it was Brianna Liston's race, and then Tina came back. Then Brianna tried for it again, but then Tina took it. I mean, it was that awesome. So yeah, the rivalry now begins all over again, or does it? Because when we talk about indoors, Brianna Liston is in another league right now because she has a time of a 7.03 seconds, and Tina Clayton has a best time of 7.24 seconds done indoors. No, I'm specifying indoors because guess what? She has a time quite similar to Brianna Liston done outdoors though of 7.02 seconds. Quite interesting. One has a PB of 7.03 indoors and the other one has a 7.02 outdoors. Quite interesting. However, so far for 2025, Tina Clayton has clocked a 7.32 seconds. Also in the lineup, going tooth and nail and trying to make it to the finals will be a Natasha Morrison. So yeah, Natasha Morrison also there, and Natasha Morrison is there to run. Now, so far this season, Natasha Morrison is looking like she's back to having one of her great years. Now, so far this season outdoors, she has clocked a 7.15 seconds. That's the only 60 meters that she's run so far this season. Incidentally, it was done right behind Tina Clayton that clocked a 7.14 seconds. Now, this was done, as I said, outdoors, and this was on a negative 1.1 meters per second wind. Now, since then, Tina Clayton has gone on to run indoors, and she's run a 7.18 seconds, looking absolutely superb. So if this is anything to go off, and she was just a smidget behind Tina Clayton, Natasha Morrison will also be firing on all cylinders as well in this competition. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Everyone knows that Natasha Morrison has always been a great starter. So this 60 meters is going to be absolutely ridiculous. The other collegiate athletes are there as well in the competition. Clearly, there are going to be rounds, and clearly you have to make it through said rounds before you can make it to the finals. Now, the only question in my mind right now is, will they separate the athletes? Yes, unfortunately, they tend to, sometimes, not all the time, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed, separate the professional athletes from the collegiate athletes, right? So, this clash that I'm hyping up, a renewal of a rivalry between a Brianna Liston and a Tina Clayton, all banks on how these races will be run. Again, they tend to separate the professional athletes from the collegiate athletes. You especially see it a lot when they run like the 2s, the 4s, and the like, right? Now, I tend to see them blend the 60s a lot, so I'm hoping that this time around they also blend the 60s. But based on the amount of professional athletes that I've seen representing, it could be the case where, guess what? These professional athletes are segregated from everybody else and they pretty much run their own race, right? Will we see an epic face-off against Brianna Liston, Tina Clayton, Natasha Morrison, plus the collegiate leader, India Mayberry, which so far has run faster than everybody else on this list? How do you think this race will go, trackies, and are you excited to see the performances? I know I am. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like the video, of course, and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.